What is going on, my YouTube friends, my Patreon friends, and all my Team Breezy friends, man? I just watched the Under the Influence tour vlogs, and on the third one, I started second guessing myself, thinking I'd seen it already, but it was fun to watch anyhow. And I had another one on my list tonight, so I appreciate this. This was a Patreon request from my friend Christian, and I appreciate the details because I for sure A would have clicked on the wrong one, and B, people ask me, and I'll keep this short. People ask me why I say I'm excited all the time. And most of the time, it's because y'all come to me excited. And as an extrovert, that gets me like lit up. So I am excited. I'm excited that you took the time to make sure that I watched the right one, the Pink Moon in the Heart. You said like the Apple Music thing, if I listen to it there, like I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the time and it gets me excited. So I just want to take a second and say I appreciate this. I'm looking forward to this. This is Paradise, which I guess isn't one of the most popular songs off this particular record, but was a favorite from our friend Christian. And like I said, that means the world to me. Plus, it's got 3.7 million views. Like, come on. Come on. This is your first time here. Check me out, man. I got a playlist of Chris Brown you can check out. I've got a whole bunch of original content as well. It's most of it's under the podcast playlist if you want to check that out. And it's not all totally podcast, but it is original content if you want to support the channel there. I do have a PayPal and a Patreon link if you want to send me requests. Discord if you want to come hang out and chat and share pictures of your pets and all the stuff. Farms. That's the big one for me lately. Vegetable gardens. Let's watch this. I gotta watch my audio too. Don't mind me. Okay, let's do this.
You don't love me like you used to.
It's a heavy kick.
You don't touch me like you used to. Where did I go wrong? When did I lose focus? When did you move on? It seems like I never noticed. I've been looking for love in all the wrong places. And I've been looking for you in other girls' faces. It's time that I face it, I messed up with you. I played the game, but I broke all the rules.
That's tough, man. It's a tough situation to be in that I'm not saying is right, but I'll empathize with. When things don't feel right, you start looking for something that feels right. It's a tough situation to be in. Thankfully, past that part of my life before I got into this relationship, we'll say. No, not we'll say. That's a guarantee, but I'm not going to dive too far into how I relate to this. Not in this relationship.
I lose focus. When did you move on? It seems like I never noticed. I've been looking for love in all the wrong places. And I've been looking for you in other girls' faces. It's time that I face it, I messed up with you. I played the game, but I broke all the rules. Fell out of paradise.
Fell out of paradise. Okay, I get it. So he's saying that, like, basically, and I'm trying not to insert in this, but either he took, like, you know, they're taking for each other for granted. They fell off of the reasons why they're in love with each other. And he's saying, I fell out of paradise. Like all the right reasons are there. Everything makes sense. It just doesn't feel right. So that's what I'm picking up from this. I like that. I also like that this isn't the flashiest of Chris Brown songs when it comes to him singing. Because it's like there's more weight in what he's given us. So like each lyric seems like it's more impactful. And each note that he's hanging on to feels like it's more impactful. Like I like that. I like that we get both sides.
The game, but I broke all the rules. Fell out of paradise. And now all I do is cry. It hurts when you fall out of paradise. It cuts me just like a knife. Got me all out of place and it don't feel right. Got lost in the south, now I'm paying the price. I fell out of paradise.
I love that kick drum.
You giving up my love to a stranger, no, no. But you know that's not how it's supposed to go. You changing on me, oh, and when did your heart turn cold? When did our love get old? Oh, 'cause I've been
See, that's
looking for
oh man, like see, like there's so much, and I'm sure like it's clever writing that's doing this. I'm just falling into it, right? But like I relate to it, man, and like it's tough because I've had both sides happen to me. I've had both sides happen where it's like I know that things aren't the way that they're supposed to be. But who said that you could just leave while I'm still here? You know what I mean? Or like not even leave, but like be distant, replace me with others. But then it's like it's karma because I have also done that. I've also been that douchebag. I've very like loud about my previous life as a douchebag. You know what I mean? And but it's real. Like it's tough, man. Like sometimes everything makes sense, but it's just not right. And that's not an excuse to fill it with something that's right. But we're just humans. We're just humans looking for comforting feelings, I think, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know. This got me reflecting.
you changing on me. Oh, when did your heart turn cold? When did our love get old? Oh, 'cause I've been looking for love in all the wrong places. Ooh, and I've been looking for you in all the girls' faces. It's time that I face it. I messed up with you. I played the game, but I broke all the rules. Fell out of paradise. And now all I do is cry. It hurts when you fall out of paradise.
It's like they're highlighting like different ad-lib vocals or different harmonies, and it might be him just kind of like going in there and singing the parts that felt right in that moment. I'm not too sure. They might be picking different vocal stems that they kind of highlight, but I like it, man. It's like an ad-libby thing in the background. Almost just feels like one of the vocals gets a big delay. One of them gets this, where it's got that feedback, but it's not all of them. It's like a different one each time, and I kind of like that because one of them was a really cool like counter melody, and then other ones have been like melody positions where it's like around the root. It's not so much a harmony, it's like around the root. I like that.
All out of paradise. It cuts me just like a knife. Got me all out of place and it don't feel right. Got lost in the south, now I'm paying the price.
So you got lost in the sun. So again, to the direct relation, it's like when things don't feel right, and then you have moments where you feel like you're on top, like where everything's going your way. It's like that emotional affirmation is such a tough barrier sometimes. And I think that's kind of what he's talking about. I hope I'm not just projecting myself all over this track.
Lost in the south, now I'm paying the price. I fell out of paradise. Yeah, we fell off. You move on, I'm trying to play it off. I sent that text, you decline my message, press and ignore. Took you from Michael Kors, the camera's recording you. Now I made you famous, couldn't stop it if I wanted to. Damn, it's the honest truth. I need my bitch 100%. Forget about the
me and my 100 proof, did you say? Because that's like a play on. There's a play on, like, you know, 100. Like we're true, we're honest. But 100 proof is strong, man. That's some strong liquor. You know what I mean? So I think that was a double.
Yeah, we fell off. You move on, I'm trying to play it off. I sent that text, you decline my message, press and ignore. Took you from Michael Kors, the camera's recording you. Now I made you famous, couldn't stop it if I wanted.
I took you from from Michael Kors to Michael Kors. So I took you from buying you some name brand stuff, not even like the top name brand stuff, but like some name brand stuff, to now there's people chasing you with cameras. Man, I can't even stop this anymore. I can't even stop this snowball, and it's changing things as I'm assuming the angle here.
Yeah, we fell off.
This rap section is great, man. I don't want to say I always forget, but like when Chris Brown starts rapping, it's always like pleasant. I always like him as a rapper, and his voice is so dynamic that he's still got lots of like singing tonalities to his rapping section here, right?
I fell out of paradise. Yeah, we fell off. You move on, I'm trying to play it off. I sent that text, you decline my message, press and ignore. Took you from Michael Kors, the camera's recording you. Now I made you famous, couldn't stop it if I wanted to. Damn, it's the honest truth. I need my bitch 100%. Forget about the past, girl, let's call it truth. And I ain't wanna put no pain on you. I didn't want my heart to stain on you. Yeah, you're falling out of paradise. And I feel like you're out of my life.
See, again, like I just get lost in his use of the tool of autotune because like this is one of those sections where you can hear the artifacts of the autotune as he slides up. That's just because it's trying to find a note that he's going to lock into, but he doesn't. He shoots past it, and that's like autotune struggles with things like that. So if he was singing flat and it was correcting him, it would sound like that more. I'll see if I can find it.
Like you're holding my
See right there, the da-da-da, wow. It's kind of got this like roll up, right? And if the auto tune was working for him, you would hear that all the time. And this is like one example in how many videos that Chris Brown have been doing and talking about his auto tune. This is the first time that I've like noticeably like found it stand out, and it's just the way that he sang it. If he sang it like a riff or a lick, it wouldn't have clapped into place like that. So he's trying to do like the glissando or whatever you call that, like where you run up the keys, kind of like on a keyboard, but the auto tune can't find a note to sit on because he moved past it. He's not sitting on a note, right? And it's just interesting, man. It's interesting because he's singing his ass off, and I would even argue that if he was a worse singer, that auto tune would probably tire him out faster. Because I practice with it, man. I practice with it on just to make me not lazy, especially at the ends of phrases sometimes. And I get way more tired. That makes me sound like a lazy singer. But it is what it is, man. Like having my voice clapped or clicked into place and corrected, and I have to be sharp, like I have to be on the ball. It's interesting, man. Actually, that's kind of a double too, because I normally fall flat, so I have to keep it sharp, right? But anyways.
paradise. And I feel like you're holding my hand. And other side, fell out of paradise.
Higher to lay on that
All I
one
do is cry. It hurts when you fall out of paradise. It cuts me just like a knife. Got me all out of place and it don't feel right. Got lost in the south, now I'm paying the price. I'm fell out of paradise.
No. Yeah, I like it. I like the vibe. I like the honesty. I probably really dug it because I obviously connected to it, man, in one way or another. So someone let me know. I've been really second guessing myself on like the meanings of songs lately. So let me know. But I liked it, man. I really liked it. I liked how everything seemed like it had intention. Even like that kick drum I was picking on earlier. Like that was such a big sound. And it filled space. Like, you don't need a super complicated drum kit when you have things that take up room like that. Like it could have been this beaten kick drum the whole time, but instead it was this big resonant like 808. Or I keep calling it a kick drum, but you know what I mean, right? And I think that adds to it, man. I think Chris not doing all those riffs and runs through the whole thing adds to it. Like each word, each note is more important because of that, right? And I also like that. Like I'm assuming this came out within the last 10 years. And the third verse being a rapper is like it's so classic. But him being better than most rappers you could probably get on a project, he may as well do it himself, right? That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from it. And he killed it, obviously. I love Chris as a rapper. I probably dig Chris as a rapper more than a singer, if I'm being perfectly honest, in my own time at least. But anyways, my friends, I appreciate this request. I hope everyone has a great long weekend. If it's a long weekend for you, if not, I'll be celebrating for you. And we'll see you all on the next one.